happy fucking Wednesday night. We have Between Monsters and Mercy with us out of Nebraska. How you guys doing tonight?
What's going on?
Doing great.
Doing
That
good.
was a badass intro, bro.
Thank you.
Somebody put in some work.
I did. A lot. But yeah, shout out to Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, who did the cool ass fucking intro music for us. As always, we love those guys. So if you haven't, please go check out Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid on Facebook and Instagram, and go follow them on Spotify and Amazon Music, and you can pick up that song along with everything else that they have out. Getting into it. So you guys are out of fucking Nebraska. You don't get very many It's funny, you guys aren't the only band out of Nebraska we've done. You're the second band that we've done, because we also did Burial Path last season, which is out of Omaha.
Yeah,
which, if you have you heard of them?
Oh yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I know Matthew. Yeah.
They are fucking phenomenal. Absolutely love them, and they came on with us during season 2. So as far as, I know I kind of asked this earlier, but I'm going to ask it again. How is the metal scene in Nebraska? Because you don't really, I guess you really don't see it blasted out into social media as far as like metal bands playing in the Midwest. The Midwest is kind of like this weird, unheard of area that bands exist, but you really don't see anything other than like what they post on social media, but you don't see a whole lot of shows. You don't know if there's actually a scene there or not. So is it a growing scene, or is it very difficult for you guys to get shows?
Andy, you take this one.
Nah, it's not difficult at all. There's always a need for metal, I think, anywhere. Like Levi, he's from Texas, and then the metal scene is huge, absolutely huge there. Much bigger than Nebraska's, but yet a lot of bands are here. They love to play shows. People are always inviting about it. I would say about 10 years ago, the scene really started to grow in Omaha, Lincoln. But locally, there's a lot more bands coming along. So it should be pretty good summer.
Okay, see, I know when I lived in Omaha, for the short time that I lived in Omaha, Nebraska, the hip hop, the underground hip hop scene was way bigger. And I went to a lot of shows. Now, metal was there. Like, I knew a few bands, and like I met, like, I guess the big band out of Omaha was Arson City. So I met Arson City, and I met a few others that were kind of big there. But it was like every time I went to a local show in Omaha, it was like the same 3 metal bands every single fucking time. Like, it was, you didn't really see anybody else. There was no, anybody new. It was always like the same 3 bands each and every single time.
Sure.
It's definitely changed now, for sure. I go to metal shows on a frequent basis here, and so I live in Omaha. And so, but you do see the same crowd of people. I mean, I've walked into a bagel shop, and a person I saw at the show the night before was working there. And I went to like a grocery store, and somebody that was working at the grocery store was like, "Hey, you look familiar." And I'm like, "Hey, you probably saw me at a show. You went to the Body Snatcher show." Like, "Yeah, I went to the Body Snatcher show." "Oh, you were in the Wall of Death." "Oh, you were right there. I thought I punched you." Like the community is small but tight, really tight and close, which I like. I like a lot.
Okay, excellent. All right, CB, you're up on deck, brother.
All right, so what is the craziest story that you guys have had with a fan of yours?
Ooh.
I love this question.
There was a gal that kept messaging with Facebook Messenger after our show and kept gawking at our previous guitarist, Cody Grimm. If you're watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it was just constant messaging, pictures. Where's my favorite guy, Grimm? I mean, it was insane. It really hasn't been that crazy. But that one was a little bit of a fangirl.
I mean, I'd be a fangirl of Grimm. I'm not gonna lie.
Woo!
Yeah, we always love those because we've heard some pretty massive stories, like fucking people being doused in blood before at a show, and yeah. So we had a group. I don't really know what to call them. They're kind of like a mixture of like pop and punk rock and a little like hard classic rock, but it's a group called the Soap Girls out of South Africa, and
I remember those.
they've got a massive following. They've got like 250,000 followers on Facebook. They're big overseas, and they're actually touring in the States right now. But they went and played a show, and when they got out of their van, a group of people came up and like threw buckets of blood on them.
We played a show last summer called Slam Dakota, and I'm looking up the band right now because you guys got to check these guys out. They're fucking nuts. But they were smashing light bulbs on each other and like jumping on barbed wire and like just fucking each other up the entire time. But Slam Dakota, look that shit up. That's a huge metal fest that happens around these parts. Oh, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a straight WWE match up there.
I was about to say, what is this like?
And they were fucking good. They were a good hardcore band.
Foley.
They threw down. They were bloody by the end of the night. Fucking chairs were getting smacked on each other. Like they were really hitting each other too. Like their backs were completely bloody by the end of the night.
That sounds like a goddamn genitorturer show.
It was a brutal ass show for sure.
I think I've heard of it. I think I've seen the poster like put into like different fucking metal groups and shit like that.
They're called Elbow Deep. Elbow Deep.
I've heard of them. I have heard of them.
Those guys are fucking nuts.
I've seen the name and I've seen the band post up in metal groups. So I guess I'm gonna have to fucking check them out. What's up, Crystal? How you doing? Texas Metal Militia Productions. Go check them out on Facebook. Go join that group. You can find all kinds of fucking metal on that damn group.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I have
a question about that. Well, quick question about that band. Does the bell go off every show? You know, ding, ding, ding.
I know, right?
Woo! Damn.
If not, they should. All right, Mosh, you're up on deck, bro.
All right. Well, given the fact that we was talking about this earlier, I kind of came up with a question on the spot. So, what type of alcohol would your band be if you could actually choose like a flavor?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
I mean, you can choose between either beer or hardcore liquor.
We ain't no beer band. I ain't no beer band.
No beer band.
I'm gonna give my answer. It's gonna be mezcal, and not the stuff you can buy like and take over the border, like the stuff with the scorpion in it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
He's going like hardcore.
It's dirty mezcal, but it's that was a good drink.
That's that risky whiskey right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, you might as well go to that fucking Chinese shit. It's got like cobras and shit.
Because your butthole while you take a sniff.
Yes, sir.
Oh God. Yeah, that's making my stomach turn just fucking thinking about it.
I'm so glad I came up with this question.
But that stank face that you just got, that's what we want to see when people
I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse, that or Taco Bell. I'm not really sure which.
Oh, Taco Bell's worse. Taco Bell's worse.
Taco Bell's worse.
I almost spit out my beer.
But of course,
your bear over there.
It's fucking alcohol abuse.
That's right.
Well,
Party foul.
Every time you say talk about, I always think about human shit cannon. I'm like, damn it.
Don't tell you that. That's my quote, motherfucker.
No, that's what I'm thinking about because you got the weak stomach. I know.
Look, everybody's got a weak stomach when it comes to Taco Bell, except for fucking you.
Yeah.
Because you're not human.
No.
There's something wrong with you because everybody else You probably could have handled the fucking gas station sushi.
No, I will no.
Oh, no.
Hell no. See, why you gotta bring that one up? Now you gotta tell that story.
Because I have not brought up that in a long time.
It has been a long time since we brought that up.
Well, now you gotta tell them that
Yeah,
story.
now you got to tell it.
Fine. So I was playing in a band. We were on tour. We had a tire blowout, and I was the only motherfucker in the band that knew how to change a tire. Nobody else knew how to change a tire. So we ended up right where it blew out. It was real close to a little like shopping center and gas station. So we pulled over. I said, all right, I'll fix the tire. You guys go get something to eat. Just grab me fucking whatever. I'm not picky. So they're like, all right. So they come back with fucking sushi. Well, there was a sushi place over there in that shopping center. So I thought they went over to the sushi place and grabbed sushi. No, these motherfuckers grab goddamn gas station sushi. So we all eat it. Every damn one of us. We have to play that night. So we get to the hotel. By the time we get to the hotel, there's a guy shitting in the toilet. There's a guy shitting in the sink. There's a dude shitting in the fucking goddamn bathtub. And there's a guy shitting outside in the fucking flower pot in the fucking balcony.
Oh no!
We were all sick as fuck. All of us.
Well, you played the show, right?
And we still played the show.
Fucking brutal.
And our drummer shit himself on stage. And played through it with it like running down his leg and fucking just like, oh yeah.
I mean, at that point, you just play through it. I mean, the damage is already done.
So we get done, and he's looking at me, and he was like, "I shit myself," and I was like, "You what?" And he goes, and I'm like, "Oh man." So I go find one of the security guards. I'm like, bro, can I get like a big hefty trash bag? And so we put him in a trash bag, and he's waddling off stage, holding a trash bag up all the way out because this shit's going everywhere. It's so fun. And there's like another 2 bands up after us.
Oh no.
So bad. It was horrible.
Spray that stage down first for the next one.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, they did. They went up there and cleaned it up, and then it was very obvious when you got motherfuckers up there with a mop and bucket. Mopping the fucking drum riser because there's fucking shit everywhere. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, at what moment in your all's life did you decide you want to be a musician? Was there a band? Was there a certain moment that just clicked and you're like, this is exactly what the fuck I want to do?
Well, Andy, I'll let you go first on this one.
Man, right after we were talking about that, how could you? I'm thinking shit on risers.
U-turn.
Hey, we always do U-turns.
You know, at a young age, I was always singing. I guess singing the stuff on the radio, just always interested in music. And then you get up to about 7th, 8th grade, and you get into music class and choir and stuff like that. And I excelled in it. So I always kind of kept it, you know, in the back pocket. Always did it, you know, always tried to do something anyway. But my parents got me a guitar when I was 15, and I never looked back. Never, ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Levi, what you got?
So I was growing up. My dad bought me a guitar probably whenever I was like 6. I didn't touch the damn thing. He bought me a keyboard. I played maybe 2-3 notes. And didn't touch it. When I got into 5th grade, I had a best friend that was in the school band. He was a 6th grader. And he played the trumpet and was like, every time he came over to my place, he'd bring his trumpet over and he'd play. And I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you making these loud noises? It sounds like crap. You suck. And he was like, oh, well, why don't you just give it a try? And I'm like, all right, whatever. And I started playing things, and it made me feel different. I never felt that way before. And so I started playing around with the keyboard and the guitar, messing around with things. And I realized that this is something that I can escape to. Instead of just being like playing video games or like playing sports or something, this really made me feel secure. So I started playing guitar more. I started playing my keyboard more. When I got into high school, I started playing the trumpet. I got into the high school band, um, and I stayed in band throughout all of middle school and high school, and figured out that that's something that really, really makes me feel like a human. And if anything else could make me feel like a human, music was that thing. And after I got out of, well, in high school, I discovered metal music. I didn't really listen to much metal whenever I was in middle school. I mean, the heaviest thing I listened to was Linkin Park back then.
Yeah, for
And,
sure.
so that kind of broke the barrier per se, to start listening to heavier music. And when I found like real metal music, I realized this is a good outlet to where I can actually put my emotions, my feelings into it, and actually explain in a more logical way per se of how I actually feel on the inside, which then in turn made me feel more human. I was actually able to portray my emotions without actually like telling somebody, hey, I'm fucking sad, or hey, I want to fucking punch you in the face, or hey, like I'm happy as fuck. It just, I had an external outlet, and that literally pushed me and made me pursue music at a higher level. Thus this band, and thus Andy finding me and getting into this band. And yeah, this is my new outlet, man.
Okay, well, see, I get that because I was the same way. Like growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I was picked on and bullied. And even though I was a bigger kid and I was bigger than most, I still nobody understood me. Like I used to like hide in this little, like they had this little like rocket ship slide that like twirled down, and I would hide up in the top and like read comic books and shit because I was big into like Marvel and DC, and I'd sit up there and fucking read. And then I discovered fucking MTV. And the first time I ever seen Motorhead's Ace of Spades,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
seeing
buddy.
Lemmy changed my life, because from that moment on, I was like, I want to be a bass player. I'm going to be a bassist. And everybody made fun of me again. They're like, oh, you don't want to play guitar? You don't play? No, I want to play fucking bass. Fuck the drums. Fuck. I tried doing vocals with it like him,
You're
but I
fucking
sound like
rare
a goddamn,
breed, man.
I
Wow.
sound like a cat in heat. So I can't sing for shit. Not my thing. I can't even scream. I was like, it's horrible, but I could play a bass like a motherfucker. So I've been playing bass since I was very, very, very young. And that was my outlet. Like to me, like I don't give a shit about, I'm not married. I don't have kids. Like, don't give a fuck about that. All I've ever given a fuck about was that life, that being in that band, that brotherhood, the camaraderie, the
Right.
having that artistic outlet to push what you're feeling when you aren't really a big talker.
Yep.
As far as like, yeah, I tried the whole therapy thing, and I did the therapy thing, and I fucking hated it, but music kind of became my therapy.
It's therapy, yeah.
Amen.
100%.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's that way for a lot of especially metal musicians.
Yeah.
They're in the stuff that I write and what we're writing now, it is a huge outlet of big emotions. A lot of the songs that we're writing and the vocals and the lyrics that Levi is putting on these songs really reflect daily life and life in a world sense, and how wrong it is. But that's the beautiful thing about music, is even in the worst of times, like the worst of times that I've ever had, I was always able to pick up a guitar and play it, to at least give me some dopamine, for God's sake, so it's the ultimate universal communication. It's a beautiful thing. So if the talent is there and you have the drive, like, why not? There's somebody that said, musicians are the makers of dreams. and I hold that really tight a lot. I mean, you can influence a lot of people with music, so it's a beautiful thing.
Agreed. All right, CB, you're up on deck.
All right. So as far as being on stage, when did you finally get over that fear of being on stage and in front of a group?
He's laughing like when?
Never.
I mean-
I've been on stage since I was in middle school playing the trumpet, like I said before. Never. Every
Never?
single time I step foot on stage, I'm nervous as hell.
Like I've been in state choir, like I've been in front of like big time judges and stuff, and there is nothing more nerve wracking than getting on stage. But you know, after the first few riffs, it's just fine. You know, and you're having a great time. I don't think it's ever going to leave, and I think if that feeling does leave, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
I agree. 100% agree with him too. Yeah. Like if that feeling does go, like I feel like then I'm not feeling the way I want to feel with music.
Right.
I want to be human. I want to feel like a human, and getting on stage and about to perform a show that you've practiced, you've rehearsed. It's nerve-wracking, period, to anybody. And if that's not there, then yeah, like you said, why do it anymore?
I threw up my first time.
Nice.
I threw
Gotta
up
get it out.
everywhere. So we were playing so I was born and grew up until I was 14. I was in Oklahoma. And so we were playing like some like little fucking county state fair or something like that when I was a teenager. And of course I'm sitting there thinking it's not going to be that bad. There's going to be like maybe 20, 30 people. No problem. So we go up there to get on stage. I look out there and there's probably 500.
Oh yeah.
And my stomach fucking flipped. And I fucking ran to the trash can. And I fucking threw up there. I threw up every single time before I got on stage until I was in my mid-20s.
Yeah.
By the time I stopped. It took me over a decade to stop fucking puking. Every damn time I got scared as shit. And I had to like force myself up there on that damn stage.
Damn.
Yeah.
Horrible.
You just got to do it though, man. It's shit puke, I guess, with your band, man.
Shit and puke. No.
Luckily, it's not that way with my band now. we're a little bit more professional than that now. And
You have evolved.
Yeah, we've
Nice.
we've all done, tours and stuff. Like my guitarist, he's seasoned and he's been in big bands. He's actually played for big bands and all that. And so most of us are all very well seasoned at this point, so we don't have the issues of that.
Right.
All right, Mosh, you're up on deck, brother.
Well, I mean, I'm actually going to go back to the crowd for real, because where do y'all actually see yourselves looking at in the crowd the most? Is it in the front, the middle, or the back?
Well, I look everywhere, to be honest with you. I've straight up and stared straight into somebody's eyes while I was screaming a lyric, and that dude started jamming so hard because I was sitting there just staring at him.
That was brutal. Yeah, that was brutal. That was fucking awesome, dude. That dude was
I look
jamming.
everywhere, man. Like like those nerves, they start while I'm walking on stage, while we're about to start. Once that first note hits and I get into that zone, like I'm there. I am performance. I am exactly what I need to be to put on the best show I possibly can. And if that means staring at somebody fucking directly in the eye, making sure that he's jamming hard, that's what it's going to be. Like I will look everywhere and anywhere that like the performance needs me to do. So I have no really thing. Like some people, they say, oh, picture people in underwear, or look at the top of the crowd's heads, or like stare straight forward so that the crowd is underneath you. Like once the show's on, it's on. And that's
you should be in the zone.
Yeah. So I'm looking everywhere. If I can mesh with the crowd, I'm going to mesh with that crowd.
At least you could see them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I can't see a fucking thing. We wear in the band I'm in. I wear a mask, So I have to play without glasses, and I am blind. When I say I'm blind as a bat, I'm blind as a fucking bat. And all I can see is just moving colors. And it's almost like I'm fucking tripping on goddamn acid. So I'm lucky to even be able to see my fucking goddamn fretboard, even tell where the fuck I'm playing at. So I can't see shit. It's almost like I'm just playing to myself at this fucking point, which is really what I played out on. What got me over puking all the time was taking my glasses off to where I couldn't see.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Makes sense.
So I couldn't see them anymore, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't see them. I can't see their faces. I can't see their expressions. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Well, shit, it helped. And that's what got me over it. Still to this day, I play blind.
Adapt and overcome.
Hell yeah.
So on that, what is the either worst or most embarrassing thing that has happened to you on stage or that you have seen on stage?
So I got one, but Andy, you got one?
I got one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got one.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go way back to 7th grade. During basketball season, I was the dude that would play the national anthem and like Enter Sandman and there's some AC/DC, for everybody to warm up in. But so I forgot the national anthem about halfway through. And there was another guitar that accompanied and played the rhythm, and he hit the chord, and I went higher, and then I couldn't find my frets anymore, and just the whole thing was fucked. The curtain closed.
Damn.
It was so embarrassing. Holy shit. But I continued to play the national anthem after that. And, I got it every time. But I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I was tired. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it happens. It happens. I'm glad it happened when I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, right. So mine's pretty recent, actually. It was in this band. It wasn't embarrassing during the moment because I had no idea it was happening. It was only embarrassing until I was told by Andy's girlfriend, wait, is that his penis?
What?
I was wearing basketball shorts.
Oh no!
And if you watch Slam Dakota, when we were playing up there,
it wasn't Slam Dakota. It was the festival over in
in Kearney, Nebraska.
Yeah, in Kearney.
Yeah, go watch the videos that the dude took. It's the other side in Kearney. Dude's just flopping out there. He's just flopping away.
Oh my god!
and I was out there. I mean, it's not straight flesh, but I mean, you definitely could see it's there. and
That's great.
That'd be fine. That'd be fine. Mine's nowhere near as bad.
Is just like, just enjoying her time.
Basketball shorts and no-go on stage.
I for the first time I don't even know what to say. I have nothing to say at all.
I mean, it used to be popular in the 80s, but now it's
True.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
I mean, I guess it would have been all right if you were wearing like some 80s spandex and
yeah,
like going straight up like Van Halen or whatever. Fucking. Oh my god, I am so sorry.
It is what it is,
My falling off the stage is nowhere near as bad as that. Because I was able to play mine off, but you can't play off a big fucking dang fucking flopping around everywhere. Holy shit!
I'm utterly speechless at this moment.
Holy shit! Oh, I could believe that, Jamie. Jamie Sharp, that's in the comments. I've actually toured with this guy before in the past. He used to play in a band called As Is, and we've done tours together. And me and him have seen some shit. We actually got it was me, him, his vocalist. We were with Paul Crosby of Saliva and our band manager at the time, and we all got kicked out of a fucking bar in Kansas City. We were all in there fucking drinking, and Paul liked to drink Heineken and Rumpelmints. Horrible combination, but that's what his thing was. So as they were drinking shots, they decided to take the shot glasses because the bartenders weren't taking them. They decided to start taking the shot glasses and turn it into the goddamn fucking Leaning Tower of Pisa and fucking start stacking them up like a goddamn Christmas tree.
Damn.
Well, his vocalist at the time, we called him Tank. It was Frank. Fucking is getting drunk and hits the table. And every one of those glasses, boo, fucking shatter fucking everywhere.
Damn.
We get kicked the fuck out. Somehow, because Paul Crosby was obviously the drummer of Saliva at the time, he cons the fucking goddamn bartenders into letting us take shots to go. Puts those plastic cups. And we're taking shots out of plastic cups out the fucking door.
What?
Yeah. And then all of us had to fit one of the merch girls that was with us. We drove in her car. And our manager, he's a big guy. He was about, 450 something fucking pounds. Paul was a big dude. I'm a big dude. All of us were pretty tall, pretty big guys. And we had to fit our asses in this fucking Fiat.
Yeah.
And then we got lost, drunk, driving in Kansas City, which was even fucking worse. So then we end up at a goddamn fucking Denny's and go in there. And this Denny's is so ghetto that they're like bootlegging beer out of the fucking back and start bringing us fucking beer.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like a Denny's.
Yeah. See? Fucking Jamie. Denny's. Yeah, it was an interesting night. That was an interesting show. All right, CB, you up on deck, brother.
All right. So as far as the horror films go, what is your favorite horror film?
Chucky.
Ooh, I like Chucky.
Yeah,
Fuck
I like the Chucky series. What?
He said fuck Chucky.
What do you got, Levi? What do you got?
Chucky is like my worst nightmare.
Exactly.
Okay, you don't like dolls.
No, I don't like dolls at all.
Have you ever? If you haven't seen it, it was actually the first. I'm a huge horror movie fanatic. There's a little gem. It was the very first horror film I ever watched as a kid called Puppet Master. If you haven't seen it, fucking watch it because it is good.
Yep.
How many of those films are there?
Puppet Master? There's like 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, I know there's a bunch of them.
Hold on. I gotta.
Yeah, so I've heard of them, and I think I might have seen it. I might have been way too high to see it to remember it. I don't really remember too much. Back in my younger days, I should say.
Fair enough.
But I might have seen it. As far as like my favorite horror movie, there was one, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a parasite taking over a human, and it like it starts taking over a school. It might even be called Parasite, if I remember it. But like
it sounds like Faculty.
Oh yeah, no, it's the Faculty. Yeah. It's a parasite. And I remember they want to the chick that closed up their nose because she wanted to hide that she had the parasite.
Yeah.
And like they put up the stuff to her nose and she closed her nose up to hide it. Yeah. That one was really good. Also,
to answer y'all's questions, there's 16 puppet masters.
What the fuck?
oh,
Damn.
Damn.
that's a lot. Yeah.
That is a lot. I mean, there's a lot of Chuckies too, but the damn.
This kind of goes into music a little bit. So the guy who owns Full Moon Productions that created like Puppet Master, Demonic Toys, Doll Man, Pit and the Pendulum, shit like that.
Okay, yeah.
His son is Alex Band, who's the lead singer of the band The Calling, who had that big fucking one-hit wonder. I can't remember the name of that goddamn fucking song. Now I have to fucking look it up because it's going to drive me nuts if I can't fucking remember it. It was Wherever You Will Go. It was like a one-hit wonder back in the fucking 90s, but his son was the lead singer of that band.
Huh.
Wow.
But Full Moon Productions used to be the shit back in the day. Now they pretty much are shit. It's like fucking not even B-rated. It's like F-rated fucking horror movies.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember the movie with the living, like it's a living hand? It's like a spoof movie. It's a horror. It's a horror.
Idle
spoof.
Hands.
Idle Hands,
dude.
I love that movie.
That was with Devin Sawa and Seth Green and
Yeah.
a few others.
That movie was the shit. I love that movie.
Shit. I saw it whenever I was young, and I fucking freaked the hell out. I was like, "This fucking movie is so scary! Holy crap!" And then I watched it again when in high school, and I was like, "Dude, this fucking movie's sick! It's so sick! It's so good."
So speaking on horror movies, I'll kind of play into this a little bit. You're trapped in a house for 24 hours. But you get to choose what horror icon that you're trapped in that house with.
Oh,
now you got to remember, on your choice, do you want to die really fast or do you want a chance of survival? And there are some right answers to this.
I got it. I'm choosing a banana.
No, it's got to be a horror icon, an actual horror icon.
What's considered a banana?
There's a good answer to it.
A horror icon.
Like Michael Myers, Freddy, Chucky, Creature from Black Lagoon, Leprechaun.
Can I choose the hand?
I mean, you can. But do you think you could survive?
Oh, no, not versus the hand. The hand will fuck
for
me up.
24 hours, there's no other stipulations.
Yeah, you're locked in that house with that icon for 24 hours.
I'm going to say the werewolf from Silver Bullet. Have y'all ever seen that? It's like a late 80s movie. How do we know it's a full moon? How do we know it's a full moon?
It was my first werewolf movie I seen as a kid.
That was a good one too.
And I love it. I still own it. I own it to this day. But as good of a movie as it was, his werewolf was the fucking most ridiculous bullshit I've ever fucking seen in my life. It looked like a fucking goddamn genetically mutated fucking German Shepherd.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it scared the shit out of me as a kid, though. Oh,
yo.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Kid, it scared the shit out of us.
So I'm torn between Jeepers Creepers or the tire from Rubber. I won't survive.
Wow.
That was good.
Damn,
I'm surprised that somebody's seen Rubber because I'm a big B-rated horror movie guy. Like, I love B-rated horror movies. I've seen most of all of them, but I haven't heard somebody like admitting that they've seen Rubber.
Now, I have to admit, that movie was out there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Completely out there. But it was very entertaining. Like, you never knew what was going to happen next.
So there was some right answers to it. One, you could have went with Christine. This is a fucking car. Just don't get in the goddamn car.
Right. Yeah, you could.
2, Leprechaun. Just give him the goddamn fucking gold and call it a day.
Yeah.
3, the fucking creature from the Black Lagoon. It's a fucking fish. It can only breathe so long out of fucking water.
Perfect.
And it ain't that goddamn fucking fast. So I'm pretty sure you could probably outrun it, and it's gonna fucking die within a couple of hours because it can't fucking breathe.
I'm sorry. I think there's quite a few people that could take Ghostface too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a human. Yeah, you got a chance.
I mean, still.
He comes to my house, he's dead.
Yeah.
You got a chance.
We live in Nebraska.
True that.
Exactly.
All right, CB, you're up on deck.
All right. So, as far as
would you walk into a cornfield?
No. I've seen Children of the Corn. No, I'm good.
Been there, done that.
Okay. So, what are your guys' worst fear? Like, what is your top worst fear that you guys have that it terrorizes you?
So this is kind of embarrassing, but I've got a huge phobia of cockroaches.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. When I see one, I'm like an elephant with a mouse.
So now, are we talking like the ones that just crawl on the floor, or the ones with wings that fly at you?
Oh, the wings are worse, man.
Palmetto bugs.
Don't come here to South Carolina because we got these things called palmetto bugs.
Yeah, nope. I don't care.
And they are very large. They're usually about 2, 3, maybe even 4 inches long. And they look like they're not a cockroach, but they look just like one, and they fucking fly.
Oh, nah.
He's already like, oh no.
Yeah, I like every time I see one, I freak the fuck out. My wife has to save me from them, dude. Like, I'm serious. Like, she has to cover my eyes, push me away, or like get it and grab it, throw it away, like do whatever the fuck she does. I don't know. No. And I think it all started because I had a fucking nightmare about a cockroach, and now I cannot deal with them. I can't. I just can't. I don't know. I can deal with spiders. I can deal with all other bugs, but cockroaches, for some fucking reason, nope.
Well, I guess I'm bringing fake cockroaches to y'all show when I come around.
No.
Oh shit.
No. See. I'm gonna have to undo my LASIK.
Fair enough.
So,
all right.
What's y'all's favorite memory growing up when you're at concerts and stuff? Like, what's y'all's favorite concert growing up?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
Lee.
I had to ask
I
a
got a
hard
bunch
question.
of them.
Yeah, that's hard. There's so many.
I got a shot in the ass.
That's what we
Marilyn
said.
Manson.
Oh damn.
Wow. Oh, hey. Nice. That's a good memory.
The nurse. Well, it was the nurse that took care of me. That was the good memory.
So I've got a few one. I don't have a favorite. I've got a couple of them. So I saw Black Dahlia before Trevor died. This was back in Austin. This memory kind of it sticks out to me because of what happened. So they'd finished their set, and there was a girl that started climbing up the rafters of the Dirty Dog and hung upside down from the rafters on her legs, right? And then like proceeded to flash them, right? And Trevor was like, wait, hold on, wait. Let me go get my glasses. And he runs off stage, grabs his glasses, puts it on. He's like, all right, do it again. But she was already down, so she climbed on somebody's legs and flashed him again. And he's like, all right. This deserves an encore, so we're going to fucking play Titty Thirst. And so they proceeded to play Funeral Thirst. But every single time they said any kind of, it was Titty Thirst. And
Nice.
so that one kind of sticks in my head just because of how kind of like iconic that was. Really, really cool. But there was another one that I went to go see Parkway Drive, and they played such a small venue. There was no security guard, there was no gate, and by the stage, so it was up front and personal with Parkway Drive, and like I don't think that that's ever going to happen again. Like they're such a big band now that like they're so mainstream that they're selling out big stadiums and huge shows that you're never going to see them in a small bar like that again. But being able to do that and jumping up on stage and jamming it with them while they're playing their show, like that, I think that right there kind of is up there with one of my favorite shows, just because of how close and personal we were able to get to a band like that. It was pretty damn cool. My friend also threw a couple of joints on stage, and they were smoking on stage while with them too. So it's pretty
worth
pretty,
it. Worth it.
Yeah, worth it.
All right.
I would have to say the first time I seen Killswitch Engage, I'm a huge Killswitch Engage fan. Metalcore, yay!
I just got to see them for the first time last week at Welcome to Rockville.
Yeah. But they were excellent. You know, the tightest band I have ever heard, and those guys are just fucking around on stage the whole time. They make it seem so easy. Stage presence is great. They always have great bands that play with them. Also the Warped Tour, when I went and seen Blink, that was a blast. I was super young. Total culture shock because I went over to the East Coast.
I'm glad you said. I'm very excited because I actually just bought my tickets to Warped Tour, so I'll be going to Warped Tour this year in Orlando. Me and CB will be going, and I remember growing up at Warped Tour. It's like one of my favorite bands that I seen at Warped Tour. I didn't know who they were, and I discovered them at Warped Tour was Story of the Year, and I was huge Story of the Year fan, all because of Warped Tour, and they're playing again this year, so my ass will be front and center. I don't give a fuck what I gotta do or who I gotta fight to get up there, but my ass will be up there.
Well, damn.
All right, Mosh, you're up.
Ooh, okay. So going into the nerd question, DC or Marvel, fellas?
Oh,
wow! Shots fired.
Yes, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Ooh. I like elements of both. I am a huge Venom fan, huge Venom and Carnage fan. Spider-Man's super cool. I can't lean one way or the other because they're both fucking awesome. I just can't be at war with them.
So
Okay.
I'm in the same ish boat. The Flash, Arrow, I think are like kind of my favorites. So in
right
any of them, like that universe there is chef kiss, right? But I mean Iron Man though.
I was about to say when it comes to Marvel,
like Iron Man though. I don't know. Like, and then you also got Deadpool. Like, come on, you can't fucks with Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds, you can't fucks with him. I believe there's both on good side. Like there's goods on both sides. I don't know, but still. The Flash and Arrow, they kind of got my heart.
Fair enough.
On that. I mean, I could have gone a whole different way. I could have worked up Jags, but nah. I'll leave that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I could have asked Star Trek or Star Wars.
You shut your fucking whore mouth right now. Don't you start with me.
I will start. I will do it.
I'll say the Star.
Don't
Safe on both sides. Just say the Star.
To boldly go.
Star Wars always wins. Don't you fuck with Lord Vader.
You mean baby Anakin?
Oh man.
I do. I'm watching you, Mosh. Don't you start with me.
I mean, I really could. I mean,
Daffy, you shut your mouth right now. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
I can hear her right now.
Fucking stupid ass Star Trek. Fucking ridiculous.
See, I didn't even have to start.
No, you started this.
So going into the next question, for all of those that are in the audience, what are some tips, do's, and don'ts of going to a festival?
That's actually a good question.
You need to hydrate. Like, you have no idea the amount of sweat you're going to expel, unless you're going to something just that's not that doesn't make you move. But you're going to be moving for 3 or 4 days, or even a couple of days, or just one day. If you're dehydrated and you're going out there and trying to do what you want to do, you're gonna crash really hard, either during or afterwards, and that's never fun. Always hydrate.
Yeah, kind of leaning on that. Be prepared. Like, just come prepared. It's not just listening to your favorite bands. It kind of is a workout per se. You're out there in the heat, especially if it's outdoors. You're gonna be dancing to your songs, to your favorite songs. So come prepared. Also bring deodorant, please.
Oh, God's sake, please.
Like, bring deodorant. It sucks being smashed in the face with an armpit and they don't have deodorant on. And that stank is on your face, and everywhere you walk, that stank is following you because it's on your face. Please.
It's a damn good thing that I can't smell.
Be proper. Be proper. Girl. A proper mental health.
I tell everybody, fucking first thing in the morning, take your ass, if there's one close to you, take your ass to fucking Buc-ee's. Yes. Eat you about fucking 2 or 3 goddamn fucking bacon, egg, and cheese sausage biscuits, because those biscuits, it's going to help soak up alcohol.
Bro.
The minute you get through that goddamn fucking door, do not drink liquor. For the love of the gods and goddesses, do not drink fucking liquor, because it dehydrates you faster than fucking anything. For every 3 beers you drink, you want to drink at least 1 to 2 bottles of water.
Yeah.
Between every 2 to 3 beers you fucking drink. And if you're fucking old like me, your ass cannot stand all day. So find some fucking bleachers and take a seat and fucking conserve your energy for the bands you more want to fucking see. It was like the day that we went to, the day when we were at fucking Welcome to Rockville, we wanted to see Knocked Loose. I conserved my energy because I knew Knocked Loose was going to be really bad. It was the most terrifying pit I have ever been in my life, but it was fucking amazing. Yeah. Terrifying, but amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got to see a 30,000 people fucking wall of death. And if you don't believe me, go on to TikTok, because the videos are all on.
They're all over the place. It was magnificent.
And I was right up front and center for that goddamn fucking shit, and it was absolutely insane.
Is that the time that you lost your hat?
I did. I lost my favorite pool hat. Rest in peace, my favorite pool hat. So on that, boys and girls, we are about to play their brand new song, It Lives. On that, we are getting the fuck out of here. We love you guys dearly. Please remember, be good to each other. Don't drink and drive. And for the love of the gods and goddesses, wrap your fucking tool. Be safe.
Be safe.
Be safe. On that, here's It Lives, and we will see you guys again Friday night.
Good night, everyone.